Okay, so I haven't filmed a video in a while. Why, you may ask? Well, I'm depressed. I love that development for me. My therapist told me I should do things that I like or used to like before everything started to become pointless and nothing gave me joy anymore, so that's what we're going to try to do today. What I wanted to do today, because as the mentally ill, depressed bitch I am, I have tarot cards and oracle cards because, you know. So I have an oracle deck called the Self-Care Oracle Deck. So all the cards in there give you some tips of what you can do for self-care and all that stuff. And I pulled one today, and let me grab it for you. Anyways, the cards that I pulled today were connect with your ancestors and create art. So I think we're going to try to create art today, because to do 2 of these in one day, that's gonna upset my depression a little bit, you know? Even though I have ADHD, so I want to do everything or nothing at all. So it's a fun little mixture we've going on here, you know? It's a fun little mixture of things, of factors in my life. But you know what? YOLO. So I have this deck and I saw this and it really reminded me of auras and all that stuff. So I kind of want to paint my aura. Okay, so I know there's a way to see your aura and I have tried it before. When you put your hand onto a wall, and this sounds so insane. But you know what? I need something to cope. Anyways, you focus on something between your fingers or a point in your fingers, and then you kind of like defocus your gaze so that you see a little white line coming out of your hands, and then when you wait a little longer and you do not focus your eye or do not blink, it will get a color, and the color will spread until eventually you can see layers of auras. I know auras have layers, but I do not have the attention span to actually research that, nor do I have the mental energy or capacity to do that. Anyways, so I want to do that again, because the first time I tried, the second time I tried, I always see bluish. What do you call it? Light blue, cyan, turquoise? I think it's turquoise. Anyways, so I'm gonna look if I can see my aura. Then I'm going to try to paint it, and that's gonna be the activity to fight my depression today. Anyways, let's look at my aura. This is a very unstable place for you to be, but you know what? I'm unstable too, so we're matching, so that's great. This is a random bowl of water, by the way, that I still have sitting here, which is disgusting. But you know what? I keep forgetting to clean it up. So that's a fun fact for you, you know? Just a fun fact about my room. So you put your hand in front of the wall, then you stare at it, and then you hope to see some colors. Fun fact, I used to do this as a child for fun when I was bored in class or something like that. I would stare at something for such a long time that colors came out of it. I do have a lot of 8 house placements in my birth chart, so I mean, how can you find what's written in the stars? I hope you know I'm not serious about that. I do not think that your birth charts completely defines your personality. But it's fun to say because it annoys people who actually really hate astrology. Anyways, enough about that. I'm gonna do this in silence because if I'm going to talk, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So, let's try. Ah, I had to blink. So I did see the white lines coming out of it, and then I saw the color blue, or like white bluish, came out of my hand, but I blinked too soon. I hate, this always happens. Maybe if I do this for a second too, my eyes will be wet enough to stay open for a while. Okay, let's try it again. Oh my goodness. Saw turquoise again. Jesus, it's looking like I'm crying, but it's just because I keep my eyes open for such a long time. So I did that, and then I saw a line come out of it, and I thought, what if I just move my hand? Maybe it moves with it, and then I see the color, and it happened. It moved with the color. I guess my aura is turquoise. This time I saw like a glow coming out of it. Am I an aura seer now? At first, I saw like greenish. Oh. And then I saw bluish coming out of it, like the color I always see. So I feel like my aura should be something green, bluish. Like it's not bright green, it's more Powerpuff Girl pastel version green, if that makes sense. Okay, so nothing special came out of it anymore. I'm gonna keep it at the Powerpuff Girl green aesthetic pastel shit and the cyan turquoise bluish, which makes sense because turquoise is a mix of green and blue, right? So it makes sense that I see green first and then that color, if that makes sense. Anyways, now it's time to look up what the colors mean. Green means peace, healing, harmony, clarity, prosperity, unconditional love. Well, it's a very interesting color for me to have because I don't experience most of those things. Anyways, next color. Turquoise is the next one. Teacher, speaker, healer, confident in knowledge, ready to be seen as a leader. Interesting. Blue, loving, nurturing, compassionate, sensitive, forgiving, loyal, spiritual, emotional depth, teaching, caretakes of people and the planet. I don't know if any of these colors really speak to me, to be honest. But you know what? We're going to paint it regardless. We're going with green, turquoise, blue. Okay, so I took a break of like 4 hours. I don't know how much time I have left because I have friends coming over tonight, so I don't know how long I can take for this. But I also have no time perception, so I have no clue how long I actually have. I've already sketched something, out. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. I've already sketched something, so we're going to show you this already. It's like a silhouette, and I'm going to make, wait, let me grab my inspo. Okay, so this was my inspo for the silhouette. I kind of drew this person and then I wanted to do this. You see those lines around that person? I want to do that for my aura. So basically what I want to do is I want to paint this silhouette black and then I'm going to make the lines around it in color. And I feel like I'm going to have to perfect this sketch a little bit more and then we are going to actually paint something, you know? So I'm not actually that good at drawing. I was that girl in high school who was drawing during lessons, but it was always drawing eyes. It was me. Admitting it is the first step, you know, to accepting that that was me. I know people like that get clowned on the internet. Okay, so I think I finished it. I think this is it. I'm going to paint it black now. But let me get the supplies. Apparently I have moved all my good brushes somewhere else. And I like to do these things where I move stuff and I forget where they go. Because it's a fun little game that my brain likes to play with me and I never figure out where those things are. Do I even need good brushes for this? Maybe I can do it with the cheap ones. So I have my black acrylic paint. I have these things that these little plates where I always put it on. Probably don't even need that much, but I am very bad at knowing how much I actually need, so. Okay, so we've got this cheap brush. This one, it's like terrible actually. Maybe I should do the outline first. I never think about how to do these things. Ta-da! I'm going to make it a little bit better, a little bit more symmetrical. I'm going to fix it a little bit and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like and then we'll move on to the colors, you know? Okay, so I think I fixed it. This is it now. This is the silhouette. Now I just want to wait for it to dry and then we're going to add some color, some spice. We're going to add the actual aura. That is the plan. So I'll see you in a bit. Maybe I've showered when I come back. Who knows? It's a bit later again. I showered, I ate dinner. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the outside layers of the aura. I'm going to draw these lines around it where I want aura to be. Okay, so I've made the first bit of outer layers. So I've tried to kind of follow the edges and the contours of the body itself. We see this part right here. I'm going to make it a bit white bluish. And then I wanted to make this one green and this one blue. So I've got one of my plates here and we're going to mix some colors to make it the color that I need. This was always me in art class in high school. It was always adding way too much of one color and having to balance it out. It was always way too much time spent on the paint color and way too little time spent on the actual project. I was never good at coloring in the lines and now I accidentally keep hitting the person, which is not what I want to do, but it's happening anyways and I can't control it. I had high hopes for myself being able to avoid painting over the person that I drew, but I overrested myself. Okay, so I finished the first layer. Did not quite draw inside the lines as much as I wanted to. Now I'm gonna mix the green for the second layer. This is the green we have, and I'm gonna add a shit ton of white again. This is still so green. It's also so vibrant green, you know? Maybe I should add blue. Do I have a reason for thinking that blue might help? No. Do I know a lot about color mixing? No. Do I know that this will succeed? No. Oh, you get purple when you mix mix these two, don't you? No, when you get purple, I don't know. I'm gonna add more blue and also more green. I have a very clear mental image of what I want. I just can't explain it, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep mixing until I get the shade that I want. I think we got the shade that I want. I think we do now. Okay, so I painted it and I realized this is actually not the color that I wanted for this part, but I thought I might as well finish it. Green part makes me very angry right now because it is not what I want and I am disgusted by it. But you know what? We're moving on. We're moving on. We are staying optimistic, even though I'm slowly starting to hate this because of the green. But you know what? We're rolling with it. Hello, welcome to me editing. I'm just gonna do this and speed things up for us because the video is getting long and this is taking a long time. So I'm just gonna tell you the green, no. I finished it. The blue, it was fine. The blue was a nice color. The blue was very, very good. Anyway, the rest, nah. I hated the whole thing. I know that I'm gonna make a sage green. I'm gonna try to do that and then I'm gonna try to paint it. Okay, wait. Let me just take some time to actually think about what I'm going to say. So I'm going to try to make a sage green and stuff because sage green turns out to be the color green that I want, but like a light sage green, so not a full sage green, but like sage green light, you know? So that's what I wanted to make. Then I mix it and, well, I tried to paint over the green part. It did not do well. The painting is right behind me. It's just, it doesn't work, so I'm going to redo the painting and that's going to happen. Like, I have not done that. Me editing me has not done that yet. We're going to do that today or tomorrow, but then you know this is where we are at. I am going to show you some footage of me trying to get the sage and stuff, but just so you know, it didn't work out. I'm not going to show too much footage anymore of me painting this thing because it's not really useful. So, bye! I painted the outer layer, and what I have to say about this painting is that I hate it. I just hate the green. Okay, so I figured out the color that I want is sage green. I didn't know what the, oh my goodness, my tripod doesn't work anymore. So I figured out the name, it is sage green. I did not know what to call it in the clip before and how to describe the shade, but it's sage green. Okay, so we start off with black, which is, oh, yellow. Yellow is a part of it. What? There's not even green in there. What? Where's the green? Okay, so it could be me. It could be just me, but I think it's kind of strange that they're making a color called sage green and there's no green paint involved. No. Painting is ruined. It's kind of sad, but tomorrow we're going to try again, I think. Okay, so the depression kind of shitty sadness feeling may have won today. But tomorrow we are going to make this work and this is going to be pretty. Tomorrow we are going to win, okay? See you tomorrow, bye! Hi, guess what? It's been 2 weeks. So, hi, I've got my special painting paper here. I don't know what makes it painting paper. Maybe it's like rough. I have no clue. I do not have knowledge about these things. Anyways, and I am going to draw the little person in the middle and I have a new idea on how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you along the way. I'm going to paint this now and then I'll see you in a bit when I drew it. No, when I have drawn it and when I have painted it, and then I'll explain the idea to you. See you in a bit. Loves you, yeah. Trying to see it my way. Only time will tell if I'm right or I am wrong. Sans les mots qui vont très bien ensemble. We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Hi, welcome to this update. I completed the person. You see, it's smaller than the other one. Wait, let me grab the other one. Okay, so I disconnected the mic. That's why the audio may be a little bit different. But here's the difference. It's the same sheet of paper, but this one, the person's way bigger than this one. Right here, I've got 3 rings, right? In this one, I want to make a lot of different rings, like a lot of layers. So I wanted to make the person smaller so I can make more layers, if that makes sense. I sound like I am such an artist, which I am usually not, but I like to think of myself in that way. Anyways, so I'm gonna draw these circles around it, which I also did with the other one. And then I'm gonna repeat the pattern of the colors. And I'm gonna try to do these colors, but the good color green, okay? The color green that I actually want, not this one. Instead of doing it in this order, I'm going to do, oh my goodness, this is so difficult. This is so difficult. Okay, I'm gonna do light blue, then this shade blue, and then the green. And I'm gonna do that repeatedly on this sheet of paper. So that's the plan, actually. I hope it makes sense. If it's not gonna work this time, I am going to cry. I did it. So I drew the lines and I want to paint them the different colors, and well, that's what I'm gonna do. I hope I'm not gonna make a mistake with the layers, because I see myself doing that because I am clumsy like that. But I think if I focus well enough, if I put my brain to this, I might be able to do this. I wanted to say may or might, and now I said might be able to do this, which is not correct. I just hope you know what I mean. Hi, I'm back. My hands are tingling. Anyways, I've done the first color, so look at this. Oh my goodness, I can't do shit in art without painting over everything I have. Anyways, this is the light blue, but it's kind of darker than the previous time. What I'm going to do now is going to let this dry. Then I'm going to do the next color, which is probably going to be the darker blue. And then I'm going to do the green. Let's pray for the green, okay? Let's pray for the green to go well. Oh, bye! Here it is. Let me just start off with the good, you know, as I try to redeem myself in this painting thing. I like the pan, not the pan, but the pattern, you know what I'm saying? And I like the colors. Well, I do not like the colors. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself that I actually like it. What I don't like is the color green again. It looks like brown. Why does it look like a shade of brown? But I do like the colors blue and the greenish blue, the turquoise. I think those turned out great. I just don't think the green turned out very well, and I'm gonna try to fix it. But remember what happened last time when I tried to fix it? But I'm gonna try regardless because I'm stubborn. I'm back. So it's the next day. I finished the painting yesterday. It's right here. I just have to turn it around. A little surprise moment, a little reveal moment. Please don't mind my hair. It's greasy, I know, but I'm trying to train it to only be washed once a week. Okay, so I'm trying to train it. You get to see the this one. I do not like this one still. My mom said she liked it, but I think that's because she's my mom, you know, she has to like what I create. Then we've got the renewed painting. There it is! I am honestly very happy with this. So yesterday when I last checked in with you, I believe I showed you that I was going to paint over the green, which I did. I painted over the green. The thing was, I made the sage green. The first time I made the sage green with black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black. That is so besides the point. Anyways, I used black and yellow the first time that I made the sage, which made it this fucking color. Turns out I watched another video because apparently you should not just use one source when you're trying to find out about something, you know? The second time around, I used... What did I use? I used blue and yellow and white, and then I got this kind of color, which is so much better. And now I think I have finally painted my aura, which I am very happy that I did. Anyways, this was this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and leave the colors down below which you think your aura are, or which you think my aura is. I would very much like to know if you see a different color than I do. Do all that stuff, or don't. Do whatever you want. And I'll see you next time. Peace.